welcome back to the Smite Champions League. Today we're gonna have a match between TeamSoloFarm and Shalom Jack. I'm here with Rob. Rob, how are you doing?
I'm doing just great, how are you?
I'm doing decent, yeah. So let's go into the standings and check how everyone is doing.
It seems like Shalom Jack still just at third place. Last time we did see them lose to We Are Deadly in quite a convincing fashion. So let's take a look at TeamSoloFarm and new opponents to see how they'll be matching up against We Are Deadly from the last week. So most valuable player Dimmy, that ADC role, as all AD carrier players, you know, all the same. That will go straight to his head. You see most of the top three gods. Nothing been too surprising. Scylla, Giannis, Tsukiyomi, that sort of thing. Anything standing out from you there, Kevin, at all?
The only thing standing out to me is our recent matches, and it's all at 2-0s.
2-0s, yeah.
You reckon it's going to be a 2-0 today?
Well, we'll see. If the most valuable player is Dimmy, we have seen a little bit of a shift up in that AD carry sort of meta recently with the changes to the items. Transcendence being, depending on who you ask, either really good and or busted. So maybe that might affect him if he's not too up on the new builds, or whether he might, you know, enable him even further. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I totally agree. Am I gonna watch for the dual lane matchup?
Yep. Meanwhile, for Shalom Jack, again, another MVP. We saw this last week, Mircon.
Oh, also the ADC. Ooh,
still on
be
the Anher, but Anher kind of coming down a little bit in the meta recently with the changes. He has still been quite heavily contested, but he's not quite as up there as he was, in my opinion, compared to like the Chiron and the Medusa that we seem to be seeing from certain people.
Yeah, I've been seeing Chiron quite a bit in my super casual games.
We've seen him across everything, really.
All right. So you're thinking we're gonna see him today?
It depends on if either of these two ADC players. Neither of them really stand out to me as like Chiron players, but that might just be because Chiron's not really been that effective. So I guess we'll see. Moving on into the picks and bans, TeamSoloFarm getting the first pick. Shalom Jack will be following. And any particular bans that might be standing out? Do they target those ADCs, given that both the MVPs are ADCs?
I think Shalom Jack will target the ADC. I've heard that Demi is the best player on TeamSoloFarm by far, so I'm expecting some Hunter bans.
Hopefully. We do also have the Athena, though, getting removed. And again, like we said last week, it's often said that Athena is probably the best god for playing against teams you're not sure about due to that massive global pressure that you can provide. Also removing out the Sobek. Sobek's actually pretty good into Chiron, because Chiron, you can pull him back, but you force out that 3, you force out that dash that he has. So obviously once he uses that, that's his main form of engage. So picking a Sobek into a Chiron is pretty effective, so buying that out, we may see that. And
so you're thinking they're gonna pick a Chiron then?
I'm thinking maybe, although they do ban the Scylla in the set as well, being taken out, and Tiamat. I think if they're paying attention to what's been popular and been strong right now, I think Chiron does make a lot of sense. I mean, Sobek just in general is also a very, very annoying god to deal with. Just doesn't die in lane.
Yeah, and Shalom Jack taking away that Scylla, so that one of their top gods is gone for TeamSoloFarm.
Maybe also probably ban out either an ADC, I would imagine. Maybe try and take out that, you know, limit those options, or maybe they'll go for something like the Tsukiyomi that was also up there on the top pick, and there it is. Tsukiyomi getting removed. That was also up there on the top pick of TeamSoloFarm. And there it is.
Chiron being hovered.
Being hovered?
I mean, that's probably gonna just get locked in anyways.
Yeah, might just be discussing what else they might want. There it is, Chiron.
What made him so good, do you reckon? Is it just the Bluestone and the Trance?
It was less so that those items became really, really good on their own, but with the nerfing of the crit, it doesn't take you quite as long to, like, with the crit build, you could come online really early, and there's no way a Chiron can keep up with the amount of damage. But now with the buffs to some of the pen items, it becomes very easy to kind of go one-on-one. It's a different kind of playstyle more than anything else. It's more of an ability-based kind of playstyle. Gilgamesh and Ymir. That's actually a pretty nasty combo with the dropkick into the wall.
I mean, are they going to be able to pull it off? Let's wait and see.
If you got decent amount of communication, then I mean, to be fair, Ymir wall lasts for what seems like an eternity, so it's not.
You reckon they're gonna do the Gilgamesh in the jungle like we've been seeing in the SPL, for example? Or do you think it's gonna be more in the solo lane?
I think it's a little bit too early to tell right now. I think maybe we'll have to wait and see some of the other picks coming in. Especially on the side of TeamSoloFarm, they don't know what they could be against, and Gilgamesh does get shut down by a few different gods. So maybe they won't go for that this early on. They'll pick it more as a flex pick. Fafnir and Nemesis getting grabbed out for TeamSoloFarm now. I mean, do those picks surprise you, or are they kind of just?
I like the Nem into the Ymir, really. I mean, Namel on the Ymir kind of just fucks him if it's going to be support Ymir. So.
Oh yeah, I don't see it being anything else other than support Ymir, really. And also that Fafnir with that coerce, that 2, hitting that onto a Nemesis and stripping the protections from the Ymir. That's just a free kill, basically. So Shalom Jack grabbing out the Merlin for their last pick. Interesting that, I don't know, maybe. Is that the best of what's left, personally? Because I think you still got things like the Raging. You still
a lot was still open. They just banned the Giannis as well. I just think they like it. Didn't Merlin get that buff recently?
I don't remember. Raging also getting removed as well, like I said, taking out that big sort of AoE team fight. Also, TeamSoloFarm doing the homework, taking out Mirkon's ADC, removing that on her from the pool. I do know that Chiron does tend to struggle early on against Anher, as most ADCs do, just because of that passive, stripping away the protections. It makes it really hard to one-on-one him early on. Heimdall as well getting removed. I think that's, again, he's one of the really good sort of transcendence building ADCs out there. So I don't expect, that doesn't really ring any, surprise bells. It's not a wacky ban. So the options for mid and ADC very limited on both sides. And Shalom Jack opts in to just say, well, we'll leave it open for you and go for the Hercules. Is that going to be a... Yeah, I mean, to me, that says solo Hercules, personally.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a solo Hercules and then a Gilgamesh jungle. If you want to be really spicy, it's going to be Ymir jungle, Gilgamesh solo, and a Herc support, but I don't think so.
Chronos. Chronos and King Arthur being hovered here. Oh, no. No. You have other yeah, you go. I was gonna say you have other options than the Anubis, like you really do. So it feels like they're gonna be hovering the Sol instead. King Arthur I like. Just kind of does what he does on his own, doesn't really need anyone else there to facilitate for him. And Sol as well. And that begs the question, is that gonna be a Chiron in mid or a Sol in mid?
I think the Sol's going to be in mid.
Yeah. And Medusa, again, being hovered. It makes sense given that we don't really have any particularly standout ADCs left. I mean, Apollo's still good. But we'll have to wait and see how the games play out. But looking at those two comps, I don't know. I think they seem pretty even. I think good power picks on both sides. Chiron in the mid lane, actually, not the Sol.
Oh, and it is the Sol. Yeah, in the dual lane. All right.
Yeah. Decent picks on both
take it away.
And we're in game, everybody. We're here to watch TeamSoloFarm versus Shalom Jack, which is going to be an exciting top of the league clash. As you can see on the left side, we have a pretty interesting draft with Osiris, Nemesis, Chiron going in the mid lane, and so going into the dual lane with Fafnir supporting the cast. He's going to have a lot of targets to buff with that too. And on the right side, we have Hercules, Gilgamesh. We're going to see Gilgamesh for the first time in our league, so that's going to be pretty interesting. Merlin as well, Ymir, and Medusa. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two AD carries faced off. But I'm again joined by Hydraulic, so let's talk about this game. How's it going?
Going well. I'm just really excited to see both of these comps are really kind of like aggressive comps, in my opinion. So I'm really expecting when those supports start roaming, I'm expecting some kind of fireworks to happen in that middle lane.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
most definitely. I mean, I think Fafnir has a lot of targets. He can buff up a lot of auto attack based targets on his team, so he's gonna have huge curse. AoE curses in the late game, especially in the dragonic form. But obviously, normal starts from the teams, it seems. Soul Inner starts at the blue. Obviously, the rank start, you know, the classic rank start where ADC and mid start at red, and supports do an early start on the purple and just wait up for their ADC to catch up and get more experience as a whole. And we're gonna be seeing Buzzy on the Kyron. So Kyron's been actually doing quite well recently, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been doing pretty much across all levels of play. He's been that kind of go-to sort of ADC almost. He really has jumped up from being not that great. Actually, this is aggression over in the duo lane. Does should get taken very low. First blood for Jamal. Freeze onto Dimmy. That's going to get his beads out. Tries to fire back with a 2. He's going to be able to do a decent chunk of damage over to Mircon, but the damage is already done. First blood going in favor of Shalom Jack, and that was what I was saying before. I was expecting some serious fireworks, and Jamal's like,
Dimmy's in trouble.
and then again, Dimmy tries to use the heal, but he ends up going down as well. Didn't quite see how that happened. I guess Mircon was just like, right, come here. Dashes right into him and kills him. So
Yeah, I think pretty much Mircon got level 2, leveled up his dash, and just got 2 kills off of that dash. So
yeah,
great value on that, and was able to obviously get Fafnir before he was able to get his jump. He was even level 1, so no chance in leveling that one up. And yeah, I mean, the ADC getting experience already paying off right there. But now Vivisoft is getting poked out quite a lot, and I think there's actually quite big potential wing mouse here, even though Nutley is coming around. Yeah, Vivisoft is getting poked out really low, and now this is 2v1 kill. He also uses the bits perfectly to dodge the stun, and now he's trying to get out. Here comes the jump from Nutley though, but he's completely out of mana, and now Osiris is running away, and he should be actually scot-free to get out of here, because he has the movement speed buff, so obviously, oh, here comes the kick.
Back under the tower, and now in comes also the Nemesis off the backside. Doesn't want to dash in, forces the blink out of Nutley, and that's going to spell the end of that engagement. So,
very unsuccessful gun.
Action all over the place.
Very unsuccessful gun there from Nutley. Actually ends up losing his solar and doesn't get anything in return. I mean, he technically just gets the beats on the Osiris, but that's not much big of a price, as he has to also.
Better to get in the beat of something like a mid laner or an ADC. That's not a massive prize.
Yeah, I mean, he has to burn his blink as well to get away. So, but now Jamal is looking for an engagement here. Dutcher misses the hammer, and now he might be in trouble as he's frozen into place, and Mirko is coming around with the auto attacks. But they decide better against that engagement, as Dimmy is just gonna clear the wave here.
Some poke. And the thing is with the Fafnir, he has a heal on that too, so he's not too worried about this poke early on. Also went for that kind of the chalice start as well, so we'll have more potions as he goes back to base. But that thing's slowing down a little bit. Just both the mid laners jostling around the mid camps at the moment. Actually, to say that, Jamal comes right back in. Double freezing the both and no beads on Dimmy. Tries to use the Zapparate to get himself out. Will go incorporeal for the time being. Gonna get hit by the wall. One more attack. Won't quite land as Mircon trying to find the angle around Dusher. He will end up finding the kill. And that's 3 kills going over to Shalom Jack. And that's two of those, like all 3 of those pretty much being over in that dual lane. This is great if you're the Medusa. Medusa being one of those carries that the better she get, the earlier she gets ahead, the better she is late game.
Yeah, quite a good start.
Yeah, do you think that goes down to the fact that we just haven't seen Medusa in like years? I think season 4 was the last time she was like properly good.
Wingmouse again for another soul kill here.
Again.
Vivisoft is in big trouble. His soul kill basically, I mean, he did get 2v1 even the last time around. He lost in a 2v1 against the Osiris, and now he just gets solo killed again. Vivisoft is in trouble. The Hercules pick is not doing at all well, and as we know, Osiris becomes a very, very scary monster even later on. So I'm not too optimistic on the Hercules pick, but yeah, as you were saying, I mean, Medusa hasn't been around for quite a while, and obviously her early game is quite strong, especially with the damage numbers, the base damage number she has. So people aren't just expecting that burst damage coming in, and it's costed TeamSoloFarm quite dearly this far, as the Medusa's managed to pick up 2 kills and 1 assist, and it already has Transcendence complete. So that's going to be a quite snowballed hunter there for the side of Shalom Jack.
That 2-level lead as well, that's going to hurt because now she also has that Petrifying Gaze that she can use And even though Dimmy has the beads, if you can hit it with the stun, that's a guaranteed beads. And then Notley hovering around as well. So I think actually might want to go for
Notley
something
picked
here.
up his quest here and got Hidden Dagger. Potentially not an item he wants to build it with, but still not a bad sell for I assume what is around 500 gold. But now Dimmy's in trouble.
Play straight in, Notley, the glacial shards will go off. Sephiroth will find the first kill for Rosie, but the return from Jamal. 2 kills now for this Ymir. Out comes the ultimate from the Sol as well, doing a decent chunk of damage, but I think overall both mid laners going down, but the damage is nowhere near as high as it could have been. But looks like the Nemesis really doesn't want to give this one up just yet. Mirkon trying to do it.
what a wall.
Lovely wall there from Jamel, keeping the Nemesis in place. It is going to be able to use the Titan's Eyes to get out, but the support will fall for it. As Dimmy is going to be able to, he's going to try and save with Purple Buff, but that's a bit of a losing battle there, buddy. He's going to be able to get back to his tower, and that wall was impressive, just trapping the Nemesis right in, nowhere she can go. And that was, yeah, Jamal's been, what's the phrase the kids use these days? Destroying, wrecking?
Yeah,
on this like so far.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty well.
That,
and we saw actually Vivisoft has to use his ult to clear the way. He's like very scared of the Zarus right now. He doesn't want to go ult 3. He's already been put quite far behind, and he's really struggling that lane as you see, just Mouse is completely stomping him. Yeah. He might be even dead again here. Ooh, the ult misses and
just about misses the ultimate there. That's the problem as well with the Osiris. When you have that ultimate, it just completely count. Like, what's the one thing that Hercules does?
Oh, he's in trouble again. What is he doing?
Ultimate, he's in trouble again. No, nice. Knocks him back under the tower though. Might be able to find the return kill. No, that shield just about saving his life. But yeah, you see, like with Hercules, he wants to go into a fight. He wants to use that heal, take a lot of damage, and just get all his health back. But with that Osiris ult, that doesn't happen. 100% anti-heal. So basically now, Wing is just saying, "This is my lane. You go where I tell you to go."
And, yeah, most definitely. And I mean, I guess the saving grace for Vivisoft there is that his dual lane is quite far ahead, and he has to kind of rely on them to win the game for him, because he's not really going to have the impact he probably wished for this game, as he's only able to pick up breastplate level 2, and yeah, it's not looking too good. He has to expend his teleport again, and he actually even had to itemize into that teleport, which is no ideal for the Soul lane, as now Bug's in trouble. The kick actually sends him to safety there. Quite unfortunate combination there by Nutley, but yeah. Oh, but now Mirko might be in trouble.
It wasn't quite unfortunate actually. What happened there was he went in for the freeze as he went in for the drop kick. He got immediately stunned out by the hammer, so he couldn't do any follow up on that. So that was a little bit unfortunate for the. But Buzzy, ooh, diving mode wall. Didn't actually see how he got that low, but every single one of them snipes connecting, and
yeah, he just got poked out by this Nemesis suit, and the damage coming in from Buzzy and Dutcher there, and just jumps over the wall. But the snipes from Buzzy don't miss a single hit, and perfectly secure kill there onto the jungle, and that's gonna unlock the Godfury Scorpion to be taken down, and that's gonna be empowered bursts on the left side of the map for the side of TeamSoloFarm. So big good advantage. Yeah. If we take a look at the gold, actually, it's getting quite even. So that's definitely well done to TeamSoloFarm to stem the bleeding, especially on the left side of the map. But yeah, I mean, as we've been seeing, Vivisoft on the Hercules has been struggling on that solo lane, so yeah, definitely.
He has been struggling over on the solo lane, but I mean, credit where credit is due. He's still the same level as the Osiris. Definitely. He's only about you know 500 gold down, so he's not you know up the creek as it were. He's not irrecoverable just yet. I think if he plays it a little bit safer, just by virtue of being a Hercules, he will get to that point anyway. So I think if they can focus more on the left side now, trying to get this soul a little bit further ahead than you know perhaps she already is, I think that's probably going to be the plan of action now for TeamSoloFarm. They've won the right side.
Wing Mouse is just proxying here. No chance for Vivisoft to contest. There's actually 3 people are converging on him. He might be in trouble here. As Nutley might look for the kick. He's done it into the freeze, and he uses the beat though, and he still has his ult, so he should be getting out scot-free here. Nutley is gonna fall up, but I don't think he has enough to catch him up. And now that's 3 gold fury for the side of TeamSoloFarm. Yeah. 3 people showed up right lane, and yeah, obviously the team of TeamSoloFarm just starts to
let it go for 3 of those. You're gonna see the ultimate come down for Severus. That's gonna be Mirkon getting deleted. Mirkon will be able to find the kill onto Dimmy as well in return, but that's not gonna stop this Gold Fury, from going down. Jamal though, and Rosie waiting around in the wings, trying to stop this, but nope. Looks like TeamSoloFarm's gonna say we don't need this anymore. Just gonna back themselves away and get themselves out. But meanwhile, on the right-hand side, the story we've seen so many times, Big Mouse just bullying his lane down already.
I mean,
as you see, he's just...
He has a starting item and luxury that Ubisoft could not afford. He has a Mayo completed already, so he's just completely outscaling, and I think he's actually outscaling for sure, and he's also doing very well in this early game, so no chance really for Ubisoft to contest him. As well, it seems on the left side of the map, things have slowed down a bit. Mircon still has a decent lead of around 400 gold, but he hasn't been able to push it to the same extent that on the right side, the Osiris, Wing Mouse on the Osiris has been able to, as he's put Ubisoft quite far down in the network charts.
I don't think that Mircon needs to really push this lead now. He's in a situation where he can say, okay, I can farm the wave. If the Soul steps up, I can probably still kill her. I'm not going to go out my way to risk it. Keep the lead that we've got. Keep things a little bit more stable now that we've got sort of like these safe points around the map. And just try and look for things around mid lane. As it looks like they are going to be trying to do is Nutley trying to get a nice dropkick there onto 2, but unfortunately not able to follow up too much off the back of that. The Greatest Scorpion spawning on the backside of the map now for TeamSoloFarm.
Very able to pick up the red buff there, and now he's looking for a purple blade. Mirko is trying to find him, but he
comes in, engage comes out, just about misses. 3 attacks, and the amount of damage he was doing in that situation, there's just no chance. But Rosie is also here. Has to be a bit more careful. Will get hit. Ooh, that's a lot of damage though coming out from Dimmy. Tries to chase that with the Sapphic, but Nutley comes straight in. Selvarez will be the first one to fall. Wingman will find the kill onto Rosie as well as Wingmouse now using the ultimate to chase down onto Nutley. Doc gets him back, but Buzzy is still there. Might actually be able to return the kill to Buzzy. No, he will not. As just going to completely shut him down with the ultimate. Now Buzzy goes into his own ult as well, but I don't think he'll be able to save him. It will. Why? It's about getting him out.
No, people don't understand Kyron Hood. If he gets the killing blow, he responds. So
Yeah,
Dimmy just straight up steals the kill there from Buzzy. He surely would have been able to finish off Ubisoft there on the Hercules and respawn, get his life back. But yeah, that's unfortunate team miscommunication. But that's going to be easily Gold Fury secured for the side of TeamSoloFarm. And now they're getting 2k ahead, which is amazing after that struggle in the early game.
I think in that sort of madness of oh crap, that madness of oh crap, we need to kill him now. I don't think they really had time to consider who they were going to give the kill to.
I mean, surely if you're Buzzy, you're just screaming, "Let me get a kill! Let me get a kill!
Let me get the kill! Let me get the kill!"
In that situation, but yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't. He's not able to.
See, if this was in my games right now, the Kyron will be spamming F6 and typing GG in chat.
No, most definitely that would be the case. But yeah, obviously hoping that TeamSoloFarm have stronger resilience on their side, especially
a little bit stronger,
just
a tiny bit stronger than that.
Yeah, definitely hoping for that.
Hopefully that. Looks like the problem is now, where does the if your TeamSoloFarm, you have about 1000k gold lead now. 1000k what? 1k, sorry, 1000 gold. As you can see, Wingmouse though going under the tower, getting that hit with that dropkick. The tether is currently running on 2. We'll get the double stun. Uses the ultimate as well. In comes Silverus as well with the ultimate. Nutley ends up falling, tries to jump his own ult, but won't be enough to save his life. Now Wingmouse is gonna get stunned once again, but VV nowhere to go. The tower's gonna go down as well. He might be able to dash himself away. Will pull Silverus with him. It will be the end of the round. I think he's don't think he's got anywhere to go at this point. We'll get hit by the sickle as well. The unravel will probably fall to save. Actually, the ultimate, the E story coming off, but the ultimate not doing enough damage.
Yeah, he healed quite a bit there, and he was supposed to actually maybe secure a kill on the Silverus if he was doing a bit more damage, but unfortunately he's been put so far behind. He had to opt for the Witch Blade really early on. But now that's another great roll by Jamal. That's the beats blown and Buzz. And, Jamal tried for a node there, but wasn't really gonna get much done on the Kyron, who already, I mean, he still had his dash up. So, but that's definitely good as beats are blown on the mid laner, and mid laner has been one of the strong points. He's been doing quite a lot of damage. Buzzy has on that Kyron, and we see why he's been considered a top pick in the current meta with the builds. As you can see, going for that Bluestone into the Transcendence with the attack speed boots. As you can see, basically the same build is being built by Mircon on Medusa, and so basically they're going to be able to get a lot of damage off of their attacks and abilities. So just a very, very strong build for those sort of hunters.
By the Gold Fury, you saw Nutley, he was about 3/4 HP, and then just those 3 snipes just destroyed him. No way out of that one. So, in this build has definitely become the best of both worlds. You still do decent amounts of damage with your auto attacks. Like you can see there, you're sitting for 180, 189 on those Gold Furies, which at 14 minutes is nothing to sniff at.
No.
Still over on the right side, Vsauce once again, just going for his own blue buff, and he just can't find that.
Yeah, TeamSoloFarm are just not liking his existence. They're just not letting him even exist in his own lane. They're just like, get out of here, leave this map, it's not yours. Basically, no chance for Vsauce as he's constantly getting picked up on. But now nobody's going to be able to pick up the red buff. But that's Pyromancer start for the side of TeamSoloFarm.
Maybe you get it. Nah, the wall off of Jamal.
Ooh,
Dimmy on the left-hand side, very slow.
and the
Petrifying Gaze will
Petrify.
kill him. Gets the statue as well, the ultimate humiliation. We let Pyromancer over 14 TeamSoloFarm will go down. I don't think that's quite worth trading your AD carry for it, but still a decent pickup on the side of
and that's
TeamSoloFarm.
also double relic down on Dimmy. Quite a huge loss for the side of the Soldier. As Mirkon didn't even have to use a single of his relics. Now Buzzy might be in trouble here. Ooh, that's very useful. The Karen dash just pulls Nutley away, so out of his drop kick, so he's unable to secure the stun onto Buzzy. So yeah, ooh, but now Silverius is looking for Mirkon. Mirkon is forced to use his Aegis, as here comes the Sandstorm from Nutley, but Silverius already finishes off Mirkon, and now Nutley is looking for a chase down here, but it's not gonna work against Nemesis is able to slow you down. Now Buzzy, with a great Aegis timing onto the Jamal ult, and he's able to just dash away as Dutcher is tanking all the damage. Here come the snipes though, Rosie's getting low. Silverius is picking up another kill there onto Rosie, but now he's in trouble as 4 people around him. Dutcher is in trouble as well, as Vsauce have made the rotation quicker than Osiris has been able to. And while the side of TeamSoloFarm has been able to secure more kills there in an even fight due to the fact that the solo lane rotated quicker, but that's a stun from Jamal there. He was looking for some opportunity to get something more out of this, but unfortunately he was not able to get anything, and that's his life become forfeit. As now there's a blink on top of Vsauce by Wingmouse again, and just Vsauce is not allowed to exist onto the Smite Conquest map. He's just not welcome there. TeamSoloFarm just don't really want him there. Just get him out of here. Standing at 1-7, really unfortunate for the Hercules in the solo lane.
Yeah. I think at this point, if you are Vsauce, they need to just basically have him with the team. Like, he can't go anywhere on his own anymore. Anytime he goes over to the right lane, he ends up getting killed. He goes into mid, he ends up getting killed. He needs to be with his team now, basically. Just have Jamal. Jamal's still playing really well. Nice double freeze in that fight. Stop the rest of the engagement from coming through. Kind of did give his life for it, but saved the life of his carries, which is really all you can ask of your support, to be honest.
And started up, but Fire Giant is also started up here by Shalom Jack. Are they going to be able to rush it before the
Silverius is here, though. They're going to get the Primal Fury. Silverius is going to see it.
Oh my
god. Out Rosie before he even gets a chance to get anything off. Fire Giant still half HP. Now not with the target, but a nice drop kick. Get him against the wall.
He gets the 1 for 2 special, though.
Jamal, yeah, he gets him 1 for 2, but the ultimate coming out from Jamal will kill him off. King Malso just says, yeah, I don't care about that wall, I can go over it. Just immediately ults over the wall, but Vsauce is also there. This is a good situation. They need to get this kill. They need to shut down the Osiris. We'll immediately use out the tether as well, but in comes the rest of the team. Dutcher is also there as well. Misses the hammer though onto Mirkon. But the assault will do enough damage, and Wingman will get that kill as Jamal running for his life now back towards his own tower, but I don't think he's got anywhere to go. He's juking around. Nice double taunt, double free, as well. And a nice put there from Vsauce, but it won't be quite enough as that fat target of the Ymir. Very hard, very easy to, very hard to miss, very easy to hit. Will that spell the Fire Giant now for TeamSoloFarm as well as the Primal Fury? That's unfortunate on both sides.
Yeah, Dutcher just pops his ult and he's gonna get both of his auto attack based carries with the course onto the Fire Giant. Now Vsauce still has his ult, so he's looking for something here. But I'm not sure Wingmouse is going to allow him. As Rosie's in trouble now, she's getting jumped on by 4 people. She has to burn her beats and her Aegis, but I think she's still dead after the chase from the side of TeamSoloFarm. As Vsauce is also forced to retreat. Not least maybe looking for something here, but he probably has to run as well, as the Nemesis ult comes in into the Osiris ult. He's completely shredded of protection. He can't heal for anything, and Vsauce as well is in trouble now, as Nutley forced for a double kill for Buzzy. Will there be a triple kill? No, unfortunately, Dimmy steals it as now Silverius dashes towards Jamal and the Ymir, and he might be also in trouble as the crits coming. Huge crits there from Silverius, and also the protection shred from his item build, but he's unable to get the kill. As unfortunately, the Mirkon ult gets blocked there by the Ymir wall. Quite unfortunate miscommunication there by the team, but that should be a free Fire Giant pickup for the side of TeamSoloFarm.
Just like Shalom Jack, they weren't a cohesive unit. Meanwhile, it's still not over the top side of the map. Another freeze there from Jamal, and Mircon will find the return kill, but it's not going to be enough. Getting the FG off that Nemesis, decent, but
Look
he
at
still
those
lost
numbers.
that. He still got it on 4 though. Like, it's just, this is getting.
I mean, you have to keep in mind, not like barely anybody is level 20, and there's like a 12,000 XP difference, 7,700 gold difference. It's not looking too great for the side of Shalom Jack here in the red trunks.
No, the floodgates are slowly opening. If they don't act fast to close them, it's gonna start slipping away from them at this point. And I still think Shalom Jack. I still think they do have potential still to
They
come
do
back.
have,
They have that Mircon is exceptionally fed right now. They need to facilitate him in these fights, get him into a situation where he's not getting dove on. But the problem is, how do you stop a 6-0 and 9 Osiris?
Yeah, how do you
The
stop
answer
a
is simple.
6?
You don't.
609 Osiris? How do you stop a 847 Nemesis? How do you stop that 628 Chiron in the mid lane? They're all building towards that late game, getting stronger and stronger as well. With the double hunter, or I guess the double attack base carries. As Wing Mouse is here, forced to use his ult, but he should be just fine. Snotlace trying to kick him into a wall, but that's ending up unsuccessfully. And yeah, but basically they're building towards the late game. They have that Fafnir buff on the AoE quest to even help them take down towers objectives, also use it in team fights to get that huge buff off. And basically his whole team is basically down, and that's a great blink engage there by Jamal, and he gets the bait off of Buzzy as now Dimi and Dutcher are forced to also flee away.
It's just ultimate coming out. They have Dutcher as well. He's just going to try and use that. Aegis comes up, so yeah, 5 seconds. Uses that too, uses the Aegis as well, and this Phoenix is just melting down. But the ultimate coming out as well. Vsauce will be the first to fall. The ultimate being used there by Silverius onto that one as well. Jamal in the shard won't hit anybody. Dutcher trying to do what he can, but Wingman's just single-handedly 1 versus 4 in this backline. Kills off the Merlin, will also kill off the Mircon as well, and Buzzy comes through and kills off Notley. The wall from Jamal will save his life, but
they're looking for the
it won't save the game. Going for the fountain dive. Yeah, Titan is secondary at this point. It's about establishing dominance. Titans are getting taken exceptionally low. Unfortunately, don't have the Draconic form from the Fafnir to burst it down, but it won't matter. Jamal doing what he can to save the game, but it will not happen in game 1. Going in favor of TeamSoloFarm pretty goddamn convincingly, in my opinion.
Yeah, quite a rough, actually quite a good start for the side of Shalom Jack in the duel lane, especially where they were able to get 4 kills in total onto the support and Hunter for the side of TeamSoloFarm, but they were unable to convert it into much coming into the late game as or mid game even, as Wing Mouse was able to snowball and steamroll his team ahead together. The mid laner and the jungler on the side of TeamSoloFarm, great games and great play by them. So we're gonna toss it back to the desk. Take it away.
Oh no, what a game. I'm here with Ivan. We're gonna talk how this game went.
I mean,
and I'm gonna say
it was quite rough for Shalom Jack, honestly.
I thought they were gonna win like 5 or 10 minutes in. I thought Shalom Jack had it. They were gonna win. I thought like the solo diff, it's not gonna be an issue. But I mean,
wow, Wing Mouse honestly just straight up bringing the solo lane over the map, actually, as he was able to give Silverius quite a few assists on kills on Vsauce. Unfortunately, they were able to transfer it over the map with Buzzy as well. Quite strong performance by the mid laner from TeamSoloFarm as well, but I think, I mean, as we're looking at currently the endgame stats, as you can see, the damage numbers quite far ahead for the side of TeamSoloFarm as compared to Shalom Jack.
I mean, the damage difference in mid isn't that much. It's only 2k, but the KDA in mid is night and day difference, really.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's a quite impressive game by both Wing Mouse and Buzzy, I would say. As well, Silverius had some clutch shoots there, helping to secure like one-shot kills on opponents. So, great job by the whole team. I mean, quite a few wards also placed by the Hunter, actually, on the side of TeamSoloFarm. Demi doing quite well with the vision, at least. He didn't have the greatest early game, as his supporting himself got picked on by Mircon and Jamal with the stronger in the game of Ymir and Medusa. They're gonna have to definitely watch out for that in the second game. But yeah, definitely did a great job supporting their team afterwards, and didn't feed much more gold afterwards. So definitely a great recovery by the side of TeamSoloFarm.
The dual lane matchup, who do you think actually won it? If you do look at the game itself,
if you don't look at the game, sorry, what do you mean? I mean, just like
No,
look at the
if
first.
you don't look at the rest, if you look at the first 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the first 5 minutes, there's no doubt in my mind that Mirko and Jamal completely just destroyed the turn in that lane as they were able to pick up quite a few kills. I mean, Mirko was at one point, I think he was level 6 compared to the Demi level 4, and he was just absolutely able to take over the lane, but eventually didn't come out too much, unfortunately for him, as he didn't have the impact later on in the game. He was actually being completely zoned out by Nemesis, actually getting so killed once by her around that purple buff. So not the most fun game or the most fair game Mirkon had. But who do you think was the MVP for that series?
Wing Mao for sure. He just dominated lane and he brought it over to the rest of the map. So
yeah, definitely quite good performance. As you can see, 8.011 KDA. Actually, I think he was also top damage in the game. 68 kill participation from the solo lane, quite impressive.
That's good. That's good from this solo lane.
Quite impressive.
The only thing he didn't do was structure damage.
He didn't do much structure damage in the no, but I mean, if you watched the last Phoenix fight, he was just stood around behind the Phoenix, just tanking all the damage coming on from Rosie and Mirko, as well as the Phoenix itself. So he was doing quite a lot in those team fights, and as you can see now on the screen, the solo kill he was able to get. Actually, he was even a 2v1 solo kill, so that's even more impressive by Wingmas. He was able to completely dominate that lane from level 3 onwards.
Did he get out?
Yeah, he did get out actually. He did get out, and now that's the second solo kill he was able to get onto Vivisoft with the ult. Vivisoft here not having much mana, so he was in trouble from the beginning, and just lands the ult onto Wing Mouse and just gets the second solo kill. And again, I mean, it seems like we're picking highlights that are just showing how like much Vivisoft got picked on by the enemy team, but he's just getting jumped on every time they see him. And as we were saying on the cast, he was not let to play on the map at all. They want to get him out of the game. Just press bar key on his console, just get out of there. They didn't want him in that game at all. Yeah, but as you can see, like level 18, Wing Mouse was already so tanky, the enemy team wasn't able to do too much damage to him. He was just able to run rampant, and just here's the Phoenix fight where he just blinks in, tanks all the damage from the back line. And he's just able to provide his team the opportunity to focus down the front line and completely dominate the fight, as well as get the Phoenix, and then eventually end up winning the game from this fight. So pretty solid play by Wing Mouse here, the MVP of game 1.
Alrighty. And with this highlight reel finishing up, let's get into game 2. See you soon.
Alright, picks and bans for game number 2 between Shalom Jack and TeamSoloFarm. TeamSoloFarm taking that first game very convincingly, and I'm thinking the draft might be adjusted accordingly for Shalom Jack. I don't know, what do you think?
I mean, the picks and bans are starting out the same, but you say that it was TeamSoloFarm taking handily, but I think if Shalom Jack picks up a few mistakes, they can actually just take the this game too. So let's see what they're doing.
Very rapid fire bans on both sides, just immediately.
Yeah,
it's just the same
bans,
draft.
It's the same 6 bans, but now the caravan is on the other side. They're like, the caravan, that's just too much. We want it now.
Yeah, we want it. It's a nice flex pick. Can go either mid or ADC. You don't have to. You can just sort of hover it. But TeamSoloFarm now, in return, getting hold of the Ymir that was being played by Jamal last game. And we're on the second pick as well. It was being hovered. I don't know. Is Ymir like the best first pick support you could go with, or is there anything better? Like, do you want maybe that Fafnir that was really good last game?
I don't think you want the Fafnir really. Like, Fafnir is like decent if you hit all hammers and you have like some double hunters to buff. Yeah, I think Ymir is a good first one. I think Ymir is one of the better supports actually if you play it how you need to play it.
Yeah, I think it's just
very annoying to play against. So.
Like, just the amount of disruption he can cause in a fight. It is definitely one of the better ones. But let TeamSoloFarm take a bit more time to consider locking in the Ymir. Still waiting on their second pick to come through now, and it will be hovering the King Arthur this time around. They did hover it last game as well, and they will actually commit to it this time around. So, I mean, Wingmouse had, the MVP from last game, just an absolutely dominant performance on the Osiris. But it makes sense. You don't really want to be blind picking an Osiris because he gets shut down quite easily. But basically anyone with a disarm shuts him down. I was like, Nemesis being taken again. This is basically the exact same draft that TeamSoloFarm had in the last game, just taken by Shalom Jack now.
Yeah, you think they're also gonna grab the Fafnir with this then?
I mean, for the memes, yeah, I hope. But I don't think they will. I'm not sure how good Jamal is on that Fafnir. Whether that's one of the gods he's really gone with in the past few games. I don't know. We'll see what they want to go with. They might not even want to pick the support yet. They might just want to go for the, maybe just secure that mid lane before all the mages get banned out again. And they will grab the Sol. So, again, this is the exact same draft. If they lock it in now, they will switch off Artio. And Artio into King Arthur's pretty decent, but do you really want to be grabbing Artio now?
I mean, if you don't do it now, you have a chance of it getting banned away, and they probably didn't want that, so they pick it now. It's not really anything wrong with it, in my opinion.
The Kulkan being grabbed up there by TeamSoloFarm, is that?
It's a very strong
I do like the Kulkan. Set up from the Ymir, set up from the King Arthur ult as well. There's a lot of setup for that, for that Serpent to 7 wins to come through. I'm still fixated on that Artio pick, man. I think maybe they should have gone for something else, like just leave it off the board for now. Because now TeamSoloFarm will just say, well, if you're going to do that, we're just going to pick people without, people that don't rely on mobility. And again, the same bans as last time. Yana's getting taken away by TeamSoloFarm.
And I actually just realized that the Koken is actually a very good pick into the NAM. Like, the slows just don't affect you at all. You press the zoom button and away you go.
But very smart return ban there from Shalom Jack, taking out the Najar. Basically, Najar is Kukulkan's best friend. With that ultimate, just perfect setup. You cannot miss a Coconut at that point. Kangar getting taken out now. Is that?
That's interesting.
Interesting. Because, I mean, we're not really in much of a healer meta right now, and I think if you are going to pick a healer, you probably want to go for the Hell. That G also getting taken out.
I saw my casuals yesterday. It was a Blink Chang'e with Hidden Bleed, and I think they just wanted away. I think it's too OP.
They just don't want to deal with that anymore. Mercury as well. Is this TeamSoloFarm just saying we're picking what we want to pick? Fenrir? Is that a solo lane Fenrir? It has to be, right?
I think the audio is going to be in the solo lane, and the Fenrir is going to be jungle.
Fenrir's jungle. But then where does Nemesis go?
Oh, actually, Fenrir support.
Remember
Nah.
support.
Yeah, that's maybe a bit too much.
No, you
think you're probably
wouldn't pick an RTO if you plan to go with Fenrir support. I mean, would you? Does RTO do well
You
against
have
King
a
Arthur?
nice, you have a nice matchup with the cripple in the solo lane. You just cripple him out of his tree every time.
15 seconds of bank time left for Shalom Jack coming in for this last pick now. The Mercury is also interesting. We've not seen a Mercury for quite some time. One of the better hyper carry junglers, and they will go back to that Sol. So again, that leaves it up in the air whether that's going to be an ADC Sol or a mid Chiron. Depends. Ula getting covered straight away. I mean, I like it. I mean, I've always liked Ula as a ADC. I think he's always been very, very strong. And now Transcendence is really good as well. I think Ula could start creeping back up the meta a little bit more. We'll lock it straight in. So looking at both of these sort of drafts, again, I like Shalom Jack's draft personally. I think they've got a lot more in the way of sort of strong picks, but I don't know, like, it will actually be a Fenrir support as well, so it will be that RTO against the King Arthur, but
I'm just gonna say that, like, the TSM of TSF, actually, TSF, I like their roster better that they have right now. Their God lineup. So
I think if they can facilitate that Koken a lot more, I think it has the potential of just being massive in fights, and they've got essentially 3 ways of doing it. You've got King Arthur ult, you've got the wrap from Mercury, his dash, and you got the freeze from the.
Now you got Olarax, so it's gonna be a.
I mean, I think
good
Olarax
game for busy.
I think Olarax doesn't quite last as long enough to fully do it. I mean, we all know that Ula players are selfish anyway, so they would never do it, so somebody else could steal the kill.
That's
so,
true.
With all that being said, let's toss it over to the casters and get back into game 2, see how it's gonna land.
Alrighty.
And we're back for game 2 for Shalom Jack against TeamSoloFarm. Quite the comp swap happening initially there for Shalom Jack picking up TeamSoloFarm showed us last game. But some adjustments, obviously. The RTO getting picked up for the King Arthur counter. And of course, a very interesting pick on Jamal with the Fenrir. He's going to be looking to be quite aggressive again. Quite a strong early aggressive lane for Jamal and Mirkon against Demi and Dutcher on the Ymir Uller. They're actually both quite aggressive, so there's going to be big sparks happening in the dual lane, as we saw last game. Quite a lot of kills happened there, and it's going to be redemption arc time for the TeamSoloFarm dual lane to see if they can perform better this game. But once again, I'm joined by Hydraulic. So, how's it going? What are you looking forward to in this game?
Well, I'm just waiting to see how this draft sort of plays out from both teams. It's a bit of a little bit of shenanigans on both sides, in my opinion. You know, you got that Mercury that we've not seen for a while. Ula we've not seen for a while as well. But on the same side, you got that Fenrir support. I personally think that Fenrir was picked just to stop TeamSoloFarm from taking it. Because I mean they already had the Mercury, yeah, they already had the things locked in, but Fenrir is really good for Koken because they literally can't get away. You put them in the middle of the coconut, sorry. So
yeah, interesting to see there that by the way, sorry to cut you off, the jungle starts. Actually we opted to start with Nutley on the Nemesis, and they're gonna clear the whole right side of the jungle, the kind of old start.
It's happening again, Mirkon.
Yeah,
not
so
quite finding the dash.
They were doing the old start in Shalom Jack, while you know, the side of TeamSoloFarm kind of opted for the new one where the Soliner starts at blue and gets to the wave early, and now Soft is going to drop a whole wave to the tower. Because of that, it's looking quite unfortunate for him again. Jamal is looking for an engage there, and that's a decent poke into the Dutcher.
They did drop decent poke, but in comes a freeze, just things level 2, but that will just be used to stop the engagement from Jamal. That's the difference though, you see Jamal with the Sentinel's gift. Meanwhile, the jump just about landing, the one-horse landing as well from Mirkon, but a nice axe, a decent return poke there from Dimmy. But you saw though that's the difference when you have Benevolence versus Sentinels. Sentinels just basically you hit level 2 faster. I mean, when you're a Fenrir, that's what you want. You want level 2, you want that jump immediately. Meanwhile, just the Nutley going for wraparound gang. In comes Shalom Dutcher. Will he try to use the Unbound? He will be able to use it just about. Do this chunk of damage. Dutch taking very low. Mirkon finding first blood, but now Silverius has also shown up. We'll try and throw Mirkon under the tower, but the bees being used to stop that from happening straight away. Nice, clean first blood there, but they will return a kill. Someone else actually died somewhere on the map. Oh, it was
No, it was the third dying to the return
it was
damage.
Jamal, yeah.
To the return
Return
damage from
damage,
Damien.
but
Oh, but Nutley is
first
looking
blood
for a
coming
wraparound again, and Damien might be in trouble here. He hits the axe, and he's able to get a little damage to Mircon.
Oh,
the one end up healing the passive on the Chiron, really paying off right there. Healing a bit with the one damage, just completely obliterating Demi's HP bar. Yeah, unfortunately for Demi, he was almost able to bring down Mircon before he was dying himself. But yeah, that's again a decent start for the dual lane side, as Mircon is able to pick up 2 kills, and they're looking to dominate that side of the map again. Shalom Jack.
Very well played there from Mircon, dropping out the one, using that cleanse, and just basically just going around Demi, just stopping the attacks and being able to come in soft though. Looking for a bit of revenge here from onto Wingmouse right now, forcing out the beads. Forcing it back under the tower, looking for a little bit of revenge. I imagine Vsoft's got a bit of a score to settle going into this game from last one.
Yeah,
did have a little bit of a rough early
start. And I thought also the dual lane, as Jamal is looking for here, I thought also the dual lane for the side of TeamSoloFarm had a score to settle, but they have not been doing too well in the early lane stage. They were able to pick up 1 return kill on Jamal, which is already much better than the last lane stage, but they unfortunately had to lose both their lives on the support and the hunter for that one.
And it's unfortunate you have to give it up, but for Mircon, I think he's just going to take that happily, put that in the bank, and go back to what he was doing. He's now playing that Chiron in the duo lane, though, which means he's not going to have that same level of sort of map pressure that Buzzy had in the early game of Game 1. He was able to get, you know, a little bit further around the map and was able to do a decent chunk for both the duo lane and over in solo as well. So I think maybe because that pressure's gone, but then again, the moment this Kogan hits level 5, and in fact he already is, he's pretty much just going to be able to do pretty much the same thing if he gets a setup. So wait and see what happens in this mid lane. As you see, Silverius goes in, the Sonic Boom just about missing, and he will get bursted down. Demi taking very low, but Mircon no chance of getting out, no beats at all. Almost went poorly there for Silverius, just about missing the ultimate, but will be able to pull it back a little bit.
Yeah, and that was a weird rotation by Jamal to the right side of the map when he's like behind the levels now, so he wasn't really able to have much impact against that gank, because now Dutcher might be in a bit of trouble here. Nutley decides against using the ult, and he's just gonna pick up the oracles here with help of the mid laner, as Wingbow just ults Vsoft by not using any animations. Apparently, what's going on with that King Arthur? I don't know.
Power of the mind. Well, over in the duo on middle lane, we see Nutley get taken away. Nice freeze, and the ultimate from Buzzy will clean him up. Wingmouse will finally clean up soft on the right side, but Mircon over the wall with the snipes once again. So Vari's getting taken very low as Rose is going to chase out into Boozy now. Boozy's going to get back under his tower, but kills happening all over the place now. You were saying about Sparks flying early on. It's happening again in game 2, but Wingmouse unfortunately finds his first solo kill of the game.
Oh, soft
do we have
drops.
to get a tracker?
Soft drops.
Do we need to get a little tracker now?
Oh, no. Don't do that guy like that. Don't do VV.
No, don't do it like that.
Don't do him like that. Yeah, unfortunately he drops again in what is actually supposed to be counter matchup. Quite unfortunately there, on the side for Vsoft, but quite a good ult there by Mircon to pick up the actually the second kill of the fight onto the Mercury, and return 1 kill back, as Buzzy was able to snipe down. I think it was the Nemesis with that ult. So as a whole, both long range ults being used to secure kills, so well played by both sides.
Blind snipe over the wall with the ultimate. No setup needed. Just don't need to set up. I'll just aim it. I'll just eyeball it and see what happens. Able to find that kill, but now Wingmouse being forced on the retreat. As Soft is trying to get what he can.
I didn't know application for American Sniper spot were open, as both Mircon and Buzzy are trying to compete for that spot, it seems. As long as Furious is going to help Wingmouse push the lane here. But yeah, it seems like the game's stabilized a little bit. Both teams are kind of getting back to farming ways. As actually, TeamSoloFarm are a little bit ahead, about close to 1,000 gold ahead of Shalom Jack. So they've been doing quite far in the farming department, even though Mircon is 3-1, sitting on top of the net worth leaderboards.
Out there in his little throne. And this is the thing, when you've got something like a Chiron who is that far ahead, like, it becomes difficult, like very difficult to shut that down, just because of the fact he can cleanse. He basically has 2 beats. He can cleanse himself if he times it right, and this Mercury's gonna have a hell of a time trying to get hold of him, trying to lock him down enough for a kill. But the same time, a nice ultimate will do it. We just see another ult onto Vsauce in the dual lane, but Wingmouse is going to be forced back to his tower. But does already use his beast. Out comes the boom though from Silverius, just about saving his solo laner. We will try to find the return kill. Vsauce breaking very, very low. Nothing will find the kill onto Wingmouse, but Silverius shuts down the kill onto Vsauce in return. Nutley finding his double kill in the duo lane, but meanwhile Rosie in that incorporeal form, out comes now turns blessing, but the ultimate from Dodgy will just about kill it off. Action all over the place. He's now over in the dual lane. Mirkon getting shut down to about half HP from a nice axe from Dimmy. Action just in every single lane this game.
Yeah, crazy start. It was a really good order by Silverius to help Wingmouse for quite a bit. They were able to get both Jamal and Vivisoft there onto the RTU quite low, and they actually were able to get a return kill on the RTU, but afterwards Shalom Jack on the right side of the map were able to chase down Silverius and finish him under the tower. As we saw Rosie there get picked on by Dutcher and Buzzy in the mid lane. Fortunately for her, she had her invulnerability and was able to dodge away from the coconut, but the Ymir ult left her no chance to survive there.
Against the wall in the lane, she just had nowhere to walk out of that one. I think it's more to do with the fact, though, in that right-hand side, I think they were a little bit intimidated by the mind powers of the King Arthur there. As another wrap comes in from Rosie, throws her back towards the lane. The tornado is ticking, but she was incorporeal the entire time. Deals no damage on the left-hand side. Dimmy trying to find a little bit of a duel there with Mirkon. Mirkon getting the better of him as he's going to get back towards his tower. Well, in the middle lane, we're still not done. Buzzy getting taken very low. The unbound not landing. The ultimate comes through from Silverius once again. Jamal very low, but the ultimate from Buzzy won't save his life, but will return the kill onto the enemy support.
The ultimate from
Silverius.
The ultimate from Kukulkan there just barely misses onto Nutley. That was almost secure, or double kill secure there by the side of Buzzy. But now Dutcher might be in trouble. His ulti, that's a blink from Nutley, and he's looking to get a second one onto Silverius, who tries to dash away, but unfortunately grabs onto the Nemesis, and that's another one in the back for Rosie. As they're going to be also able to invade both the red buff and it seems like the purple buff, even though Mirkon is actually waiting around to see if Dimmy wants to contest him here. He's been recently able to get the best out of Dimmy in those trades 1v1, and now yeah, Dimmy just leaves it be, but he's actually looking for an engage here against Mirkon. Mirkon hits the 1, hits the 2, hits the 3, doesn't miss a single auto attack, and he just lives with 1 HP as Dimmy unfortunately misses his 3 there on the Uller. Wasn't able to quite finish off the kill on Mirkon as Mirkon gets the 1v1 trade instead.
Yeah, that was very fortunate missing out that axe, because that's the thing, Mirkon has no beads, so if that axe would have hit, he was immediately dead. But unfortunate, Mirkon just the reason why he's a star player for Shalom Jack right now. He's just not missing anything that he's throwing out. All these attacks are landing. The reason why he's pretty high up there in terms of net worth. But in terms of player damage, it looks like Wingmouse, no surprises, right at the top of the board. Rosie getting quiet once again, and a lovely wall there from Dutcher, keeping him in the lane. We'll go incorporeal as he gets back to his tower. Meanwhile, Vsauce getting bullied off his own blue buff for like, what, the 5th time in a row now? Oh no. Dashes back towards his tower on the left and on the right hand side, but in comes the collapse from Buzzy. Will throw out the tornado, but Dutcher's going to grab up by Jamal, pulled away from the fire, but Buzzy would find Vsauce. He walks back into it. Unfortunate direction there from Vsauce. He's going to get taken down. Jamal trying to chase down onto Wingmouse now. Just about dodging out the tornado. The jump will land, but no stun, no rune stacked. Walking out the ultimate as well from Wingmouse. Drops him right back down to the Emerald, and he will kill him up with the 1 as Rosie will find a return kill onto, well, funding kill onto Wingmouse in the backline, but
yeah, beautiful combo there by Wingmouse and Dutcher on the ults, but and to pick up Jamal, but unfortunately Rosie was right there waiting with her ult ready and just popped both of them afterwards. Great stuff there as both Nutley and Rosie were able to do quite a lot of damage in that fight. Unfortunately, Silverius misses another ult, as now he's gonna catch out Nutley, and Nutley does not have anything to get away from that. He doesn't have beats yet. As I think Buzzy was able to Buzzy was able to steal away his red buff here as Rosie was trying to invade it, as Dimmy gets a solo kill on Mirkon in the left lane, just action non-stop in this game, and he got his ult. He got actually no beats used there by Mirkon, so interesting if Dax was part of that engagement. Probably not, as I assume Mirkon would have beaten it otherwise, but yeah, just action all over the place. Rosie is quite fed, as you can see, top of the leaderboards, but Dimmy on the Uller and Mirkon are following quite quickly behind, as well as the Kukulkan. So very strong top half carries top of the net leaderboards. So yeah, looking pretty good for both sides as they're looking to scale into the late game.
The net worth is very close across the board on everyone, basically. There's a lot of, there's only about a few hundred gold difference between top and second, so it really is a lot closer this time around. They managed to find the, where those bleeding points were in that first game. They managed to stem the flow a little bit in game 2. But, again, over in that solo side of the map, even though that's the way it comes to Silverius, though, with a nice ultimate, though. Mircon immediately beats that one out. Tries to get back on Jamal. He's forced to beat as well. The wall from Dutcher will keep Mircon in place with no beads. The freeze as well. He's going to end up going down as Dimmy clearing off that kill. But out comes Rosie, uses that Stellar Burst. Dimmy getting taken extremely low, being forced to jump away. But now Rosie's on the return fire from Silverius. Dash forward. Dimmy will find that with the 3. The arrow over the wall. Dimmy now on a killing spree, 5-2-0 on this Ula, 36 stacks on the Transcendence, and we're not even 15 minutes into the game at this point. It's Shalom Jack now, sorry, TeamSoloFarm now, turn their attention over to the Gold Fury, and no way Shalom Jack.
Yeah, Wing Mouse actually dropped on the right side of the map by what seems to be Nutley Nard. We're actually going to get a quick replay here to see what happened. So Wing Mouse is looking to invade the blue buff, and he just got caught out by Nutley there, and Vivisoft, and he was in a 1v2 while his team was fighting on the left side of the map, and Nutley was just able, I think, to finish off the kill here, as you saw in the kill feed. So yeah, I mean, at least that's something one back for the side of Shalom Jack there.
Yep. There's something a little bit more, give something over to this RTO, stop that monster from forming in the because we've already seen in game 1 when Wing Mouse gets ahead, he does not give back that lead, so they want to make sure that they just don't give him any opportunity to do that again this time around. You see in the mid lane a little bit of a skirmish, Jamal jumping in but deciding I don't actually want any of that and walking away again. So quick look down the build. Interesting that Dutcher doesn't actually have Thebes. Went straight in for that win, but looks like he's starting on Thebes now, whereas Jamal does also have it, currently stacking that up. So will be a slight aura advantage coming out from the supports in the next fight if they choose to fight in the next few minutes, and as the rest of this game has been going, they most certainly will.
Being charged there by Silverius. He hits it this time, and Mircon is just completely blown up. Just one shot there by the crits, and auto attacks coming in from the side of Silverius as he's stacking up his rage as well. And now he's in trouble though as Jamal blinks in, gets the ult off, and that's another kill for Rosie. Now Nutley is in trouble as Dimi secures the axe kill and gets the finishing blow as well. And now Rosie is also in trouble as the ult comes off from Dutcher. Now Dimi is going to hit quite hard, and Jamal is going to jump in, be able to secure the kill as Buzzy secures the ult onto Jamal after the brutalize, and they're able to actually clean up the fight. Eventually going 4-for-2 there. Great fight for the side of TeamSoloFarm, being able to pick up over the left side of the map for Shalom Jack.
Incredibly played there by the side of TeamSoloFarm. So Silverius doing what he wants, doing decent, doing decent jobs. Just goes in, just says, right, Mircon was the threat last time. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Just immediately ults onto him, realizing he has no beads. Just destroys him basically. He does have that stone cutting sword as well in his build. The amount of damage his auto attacks do just basically slaps Mircon down.
And we saw Silverius going for those like auto attack based builds last game on the Nemesis, and he's also picked up the Mercury this game. So it looks like he's very favoring these auto attack based junglers, and we've seen Nutley also going for this very strong stone cutting sword, but he's obviously probably not gonna look for the crit build like Silverius did last game. As he's picking up some pen rather than crits here. But yeah, Silverius is looking to basically jump in the backline with that ult and one-shot people.
Yeah, I mean that's all you really need.
Oh, what a wall!
See a lovely wall there from Dutcher. Keeps Nutley in place. He's got nowhere to go. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, there will be a little more of a skirmish. Silverius gonna try and run away.
Nice
will use a Sonic Boom to get himself out. That will keep the fight from going any further than that. Everyone's just going to be able to back themselves away and just carry on with the farming. Actually, looks like over the right side, Jamal is very deep in.
Oh, what a blink!
Silverius and Rosie, nowhere to go. Blink forward from Dimmy, lands the axe as well, but he's not going down. The incorporeal form comes in just about. The Zapparate coming out. They're not going to have Dutch though being grabbed under the tower, but unfortunately the ultimate just about missing. Facial shards will finish off Rosie on that backline. Under his tower, Dutch though very low once again as in comes Vsauce with a lovely taunt there right on that tornado. Lots of return damage coming in as Mircon still here uses that archery to kill him off. The Varius is still around though, realizing he has a few low health squishy targets he can go for. Will he choose to go forward? Looks like he won't, as actually Jamal tries to get back in with the ultimate there for Wingman. Will stop that from going any further. The ultimate coming out from Nutley, who has fights been going on that long. He has actually respawned and is now back into the middle of the fight with his ultimate and will kill off Rosie in return. Not Rosie, sorry, Big Mouse in return.
Yeah, I mean,
so the fight went on for so long. I'm losing track of who's alive and who's dead at this point.
yeah, definitely, and Shalom Jack and said were able to pick up quite a few kills in that fight. As now Buzzy is looking to deny the Pyromancer pick up here from the side of Shalom Jack. But he has to be careful as Nutley's coming around, and now Demi is looking also for something there. He hits actually the axe onto Nutley, and Nutley might be in trouble there as he gets picked up. Oh, the Mercury Dream onto the tornado. No chance of getting out.
No chance.
Unfortunately, his beads. I mean, he actually did use his beads, and he still couldn't get out. So quite unfortunate for him there. Very interesting from Demi picking up the blink. A very brave option there. Going for the brave option, going for the engage option as well. And he was able to get the jump onto Rosie in the mid lane, but unfortunately, obviously, so very strong with that invulnerability on her 3, and was able to just get away scot-free, eventually dropping to the Ymir ult, who had to commit all the way actually under the tier 1 tower, and well, cost him his life afterwards. So well played there by Rosie, surviving long enough to get the 2-1 trade going for her side. Now that's going to be a Pyromancer pick up for the side of TeamSoloFarm, as they're looking to extend their lead to 4K.
Yes, but you might as well once you won that fight. I also want to point out as well from both sides, like in terms of these mid laners, I do think that TeamSoloFarm have the better secure in the Kukulkan. I think
Rosie might be in trouble.
Oh,
another great
getting hit with the wall. Will have the Evaporate event available to get himself out. She's going to be trying to use it, but the crit's coming out. Just not just about keeping her alive. Can drop it down. Another nice wall from Dutcher, but it's not going to be quite enough in the backline though. It will be Nutley who's going to get caught out. Out comes a little bit from Boozy, and that will spell his death. Then he will find the kill on Nutley though, as the ultimate comes out from Jamal. Picking up Buzzy, who immediately beats it. Torino running on 3 people. Buzzy again trying to get out now, very low. A nice stun there coming out onto Vsop will stop that from happening. Jamal will find the kill onto Boozy. He jumps forward to try and find that one. That's now Dimmy in a very tough situation between Maycon and Vsop, but the ultimate coming out, the freeze coming out from Dutcher, that will spell his doom. But now Dimmy very low. Vsop trying to do what he can. The swipe will kill that one off as Jamal comes back into the fight looking for Dutcher, it seems like. I don't know why he's coming back in. There's 2 tanks versus 2 tanks. It's just not going to happen at this point. As Jamal going to be running for the hills. Vsop also running away. Nobody really comes out with an advantage. So everyone's just going to have to
it's a 3-for-3
recall
trade
lick their
there
wounds.
on kills. And yeah, I mean, actually, it's a good fight for Shalom Jack as they're behind in gold, and they're able to pick up some more gold from the bounties on the enemy team. And you can see the gold lead is kind of slowly climbing back towards Shalom Jack's side of things, but it's still 3k 300 on the side of TeamSoloFarm, so definitely not a great position for Shalom Jack to be in. But now Nutley might look for an engage here onto the low mana Baron Dutcher and Wing Mouse, but they've stayed around after the fight. They've chosen not to recall, as now Rosie's looking for an engagement here, and Wing Mouse actually engages onto her, and he's gonna be able to get a ult off. But he just instantly picked up there by Jamal, and now he's in big trouble as he's 1v3 and he's not able to get anything done and drops himself.
Yeah, Nutley didn't even actually use that ultimate as well, so they want to try and find a follow-up engage. They do have the ultimate available from the Nemesis as well. This is dangerous though now, because like with the ultimate still available from Nutley, they could really do a decent damage. Here comes the ultimate, and it's just free. Absolutely feel like what I was saying. Boozy, that ultimate, so much damage, so easy to aim. It's just so much secure.
Disaster.
This is not going well now for Shalom Jack.
So Varius also was just split pushing on the right side of the map. He was able to pick up the tier 1, now he gets the tier 2 as well. And look at the net worth. I mean, so Varius just on top of the world currently, sitting together with Demi, and they're just team running ahead as Rose is going to try and pick up the mid tier 1 tower, and she's successful in that. But honestly, this game is again slipping out of favor for Shalom Jack.
It was in game 2 though. They're only about 5k, which it's not insurmountable. It's just that Shalom Jack, they're kind of just not making the engagements that they need to. They're just not. I don't know, like they keep going into fights, and then things like this is getting picked up as Rosie immediately gets picked up once again, and just crit down before she can even evaporate. as Silverius is just gonna back
Well,
his
she
way
did
out.
evaporate in a way, but not the way she was wanting to.
Yeah. No, that was more vaporization. She just disappeared. So
That's true. Now that's a fire giant start from the side of TeamSoloFarm, as they have the one-man advantage. Actually, they do not technically, because Silverius had to go back to base, so they have to be a bit careful on that one. They do have the stronger secure, as you discussed. Buzzy with that ult is going to be able to do quite a lot more damage to the fire giant, and Rosie's down, so there's not really great security. Here comes the ult.
Killed
That's
easily.
yeah, easy fire giant. That's now Dimi's in trouble. Snutley ults him, and he's looking to get something there. Dimi's quite low. Jamal comes over with the ult. The freeze from Silverius actually insta kill Nutley, and here come the snipes from downtown from Mirkon, but he's not able to get much done as his team drops around him. Oh, another great throw there by Dutcher, and Ubisoft is in trouble, and he's gonna drop as well. And that's 3-0, or actually 3-1 technically. Silverius gets the triple kill, and he's able to get his rage also fully stacked now, so he's even doing more damage with those crits. Great job by the Mercury there.
Secure, that was just like, we've got this. That was a nice recognition from TeamSoloFarm, realizing we have the fire giant. As soon as that ult hit, so they just turn around, went immediately on. Now they're gunning it down for the right hand side Phoenix. The ult coming out from Dutcher, not doing too much damage, but that one from Silverius does a lot of damage. As Rosie now gets taken very low.
No
and
shot.
Just deleted once again. As you are going to see the right-hand Phoenix going down. Unfortunately, though, he was able to stall enough for Nutley to come back. And I think with Dutcher being as low as he is, TeamSoloFarm don't really want to risk pushing into that kind of engagement and throwing away the fire giant that they've already got. So they are instead just going to back away, maybe try and farm up the Paramount's that just came up, take the camps, spend the gold they've earned, or they've obviously earned, and then try and get themselves back. You do have a couple of things like...
Oh my god, 1300 crit, by the way.
Yeah, no way.
I thought
So
the nerf crit build. What's going on? Silverius both games just builds crit and absolutely dominates the backline of Shalom Jack. That's now level 20 start being picked up on the side of TeamSoloFarm as well, and those upgraded starters are coming into effect. So yeah, definitely full builds around the corner for TeamSoloFarm. They just need to replace the boots on the main carries, and yeah, it's looking very rough again for Shalom Jack, as they're falling almost 10k go behind. And now another engage there by Silverius with the ult, and now Nutley
he's just watching. Silverius is just watching.
He's just
Nutley
watching,
die.
clapping him down. But now he's in trouble actually. Jamal pulls him under tower. He's not as tanky as he
as he thought he was.
Yeah, as he thought he was. But now Rosie, oh great ult there by Wing Mouse onto the King Arthur, and he's going to chase Rosie under the tower. Now Jamal comes here to support, and now Mirkon is getting picked up on the left side of the map. The Buzzy comes in. Oh, great ages there by Mirkon. Great ages denies.
A lovely wall from Dutcher.
Wow. Yet again.
Straight down into the ultimate. He's going to go down after that ends. Yep, this must be game now for TeamSoloFarm. They're just going to rush down into the middle tower. Rosie is the only one left standing that can feasibly do anything. The wall from Dutcher again. The evaporate being used, and
that might be cool. Oh my god, Silverius just one-shot Jamal right there. That's ridiculous. Yeah, just Titan is in trouble here, and it's dropping now. And again, look at the crit onto the fountain. Rosie was half HP on the fountain, regenerating, thinking she's safe, and then just nope. Mercury comes around, just one taps her with the one. Quite unfortunate.
One taps her, and yeah, quite unfortunate. But that's 2 games, 2 over TeamSoloFarm, and this one wasn't quite as convincing as game 1. But I'll let the analyst take that one away. So, guys, take it away.
Ooh, TeamSoloFarm won. God damn it! It's another 2-0 for them.
Yeah, very strong performance by the team there. I mean, Silverius 12, 6, 13 on the Mercury. Buzzy with great Kakukan play as well, hitting those long range ults. Actually, him and Mirkon had a bit of a snipe battle, I would say, with their ults. But yeah, definitely Buzzy hitting quite a lot more of those of his ults, and still actually a Gold Fury when securing the fire giant for his team. Quite vital in those team fights as well, doing a lot of damage, being the slippery serpent he is, and just like completely demolishing the backline. Yeah,
I really thought that we might get a game 3 today, because it's both 2 good teams, but yeah, TeamSoloFarm just a little bit better. They continue their 2-0 streak.
I mean, we have to actually give props again to the side of Shalom Jack for the dual lane and early game presence there, where they were able again to pick up quite a few kills on the left side of the map and get their dual lane ahead early on, but unfortunately couldn't again translate it to much in the late game, as well, Silverius onto Mercury and Buzzy on the Kukulkan together with Dutcher for the setup, where just roaming around the map, killing people left, right, and center, and just absolutely dominating.
If you would need to give someone MVP in this match, even who would you give it to?
Well, it's a toss-up for me between definitely Silverius and Buzzy, but I think Buzzy with those, especially the Gold Fury steal, and also the importance he had in secures, so as hitting those long-range bullets and absolutely dominating the backline of Shalom Jack. I think I would give it to him, and also he had a great performance in the first game, so I would give him not for this one as well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you lose games if your mid doesn't secure you the objectives, so
Yeah. I mean, also 80,000, almost 19,000 damage. A bit less than Silverius actually, but he also had a very good KDA and fairly high kill participation in the game. And he was also able to do 4,000 structure damage, which is quite impressive for Kukulkan. He was
the structure damage is surprising to me actually. Like on a Kukulkan 4K, that's like a lot.
Yeah,
What an old...
he didn't even build Polynomicon to think he was getting those autographs. But yeah, obviously buzzing with those Uchis, sniping people left, right, and center were quite well played by him. And here's the fight on the blue side of the map where he was able to actually time out. I think the timing on Oud was really good off of the brutalize on the Fenrir straight into the knockup, and no chance for Jamal to get out of there. Here's, I think, another sniper onto the backline that was able to pick up Rosie and also knock Mirkon for half his health.
Oh my god, Jesus.
Yeah, that was
I wish I played like this.
I mean, watching Buzzy play makes me want to pick up Kukulkan and just press 4 every time, but yeah. Oh, and this is the Gold Fury steal again from Buzzy, who is able to turn around the game quite big for his team there.
Yeah, and with that, that's another stream done for us. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and see you next time. Bye!
Bye-bye!